hi there, and hello, my fellow entrepreneurs from around the world. I hope today finds you safe and well. So today I am talking about helping you design your opt-in in Canva. So using canva.com, a web-based program to help you do the design and layout of your opt-in. If you are looking for help with the what should it look like, what should be in it, that kind of thing, there's the actual written side of things, then I would suggest that you use my 10 questions formula. There'll be a link to that below to help you step through a process to create something that people can't resist and can't wait to type in their email address in order to receive it. But today I'm looking at the graphic design and that look and feel, because this can just be really important to whether or not people buy from you, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, but it really does have a big effect. And this is where Canva can make this easy for people who are not great at knowing what goes with what layouts, because there's templates and that kind of thing. I'm going to walk you through that and share my screen with you momentarily to walk you through. So if you have any questions about designing in Canva, that kind of thing, drop them below. I will get back to you, and let's dive in. Hey everyone, so I'm going to be teaching you today how to create a PDF type opt-in that looks something like this. Obviously I have just done a little example and I haven't changed everything to be in my colors. I've been showing a few things, but just so you know, you end up with something like this that somebody can bring up in a page as a PDF. And how to do that in canva.com. So when you first log in, you're going to be at this page where you'll have some options to create a design. This here are my designs, so you won't have something like that because these are designs I've created for myself and my clients. But you will have some options, and you can start typing in things here like PDF or eBook. Oops, if I can spell eBook, we're good. And you can use it for things that you can see. There's Facebook post, Facebook ad, and infographic, and you can scroll along here to look for a whole bunch of other things that you can do. You can create videos in here of varying degrees of how good they look, etc. But you have those options. What I'm going to use today is this A4 document because that's our standard size. If you're overseas, US or something, you might have a US letter size, and you can create that. You'll probably have that instead. This knows that I'm logging in from Australia. Or you can create a design and click on custom dimensions and type in the width and the height, and you can quickly Google US letter width and height in pixels or inches or centimeters. Okay? Once you've done that, you'll be taken to a blank thing. So I'm going to click on A4. It's the same as if you put in your measurements, if you do that way, and you'll be brought to this blank page here. The reason I picked on A4 because it gives me some templates for documents and starting points for design. If you're like me and you are maybe not so confident in your own design skills, okay, this is where these templates really save you. They save you time and they help you create something that looks awesome so that people then go, oh, hey, this girl knows what she's about. And I know it shouldn't be that way, but we do judge books by their covers and how things look. So all of that helps to create a connection and help to build relationships that lead to sales. That's why I'm showing you how to do this side of the design, the graphic design side. If you are looking for help on the actual what content you put into an opt-in, I have that covered in my 10 questions formula for creating a magnetic opt-in, okay? And there will be a link somewhere with this video that'll show you how to get to that as well. So what do we have here? So there's some options. You can see if I hover over these templates that they move. And just to catch you up, we have all of these different things we can click on. These are menus that give you options, and there will be menus across the top here once I select one of these. But for now, we're just looking at some templates to get us started. And you can see you can hover over these options, and there's one here that I'm going to show you, and because it has 10 different pages. It has all these different layouts, all these different options. And you can take layouts from the different templates and pull them together. What we're doing when we look at the layouts, and I'll just left click here so that it stops moving, what will happen is that you just take a look at, okay, where's the image, where's the text? We can move all this stuff around, but this could be a good starting point. All of these colors we can change to be into our branding, yours, mine, you know what I mean? We can change all of that, all the particular images. This just gives you an idea about some layout. Okay, hey, this has one image here and text here. This has a skinny image but more text. So there's some ideas for layout that we can use. Now you have the option, you can just click on one. If I click on one, it'll automatically move it over here to the right, if I click on one. But I want to click on all the 10 pages so we have a good starting point. So click apply all 10 pages, and you'll see momentarily that that has been brought over here to our editing area. This is the document that we are creating. When we click save, this is what people are going to see, this part here on the right. And we're going to change some of this. I'm going to show you how to start changing it and get in and have fun with all of this stuff. You can see all of the 10 pages are here. I'm sharing my screen, so of course it is going a little slower on the scroll, but it won't be as slow for you. So you can see here we have all these options. If I just hit the X on that template thing, I just want to show you what we have here on the right hand side. So I'm just going to zoom in a little and show you what's happening. So all of these things we can hover, and you can see it lights up with blue. And if I left click, then I get some options to change things. So there's all these options along here to do with text stuff. And I'm sure some of this will look familiar to you if you have used a word processor in the last 2 decades. And then there's some other things over here in terms of, how transparent, position, copy the style, locking things so that you can't accidentally change stuff, and the big delete button. And there's these buttons here, which is adding notes if you're collaborating with someone else, or you can move the page order, or we can duplicate, for example. So say, hey, I like this, but I might want to come back to it. So I'll duplicate that page so that I can make some changes. Now there's page 1 is here and page 2 is here, and it's exactly the same because we duplicated, and we can move it down. So now it becomes page 3, and see page 2 is this one again, or we can go back and move page 3, we can move it back up. So we get to change the order of things. Now, what we can do is click on any of these options. So we can click on this color. I hovered over it and it's just the color, and I left click, and you can see once I left click, what comes up in blue is what's being highlighted. And you'll know if you haven't clicked the text, there won't be options for the text. So you just change here if you need to get to the text if you're not hitting the right area to select. And I'll just left click away and then come back and select what I need. It can be a lot easier to do that. Now, there's this color here. See, this is the color that we have. And if I left click here, that brings the color interface. Because I have a paid account with canva.com, I have the ability to save in my brand colors, so I can just come here and quickly select a color. But you can use this color thing and you can change it to whatever you need, or you can highlight this and type in your particular hex code and whatever you need, and it'll show you your last few colors used, so you'll be able to just reuse some colors, which will be good. I'm going to change this back to my branding colors so you can see how things work. And I can left click here, and if I double click in here and then hit Control A, I can highlight everything, which is all my text, and then I can change my font, for example. And I have my branding fonts saved here because of my paid account. It's Oswald and these, sorry, you'll have recently used, and you can scroll down and use any of these that you might like. I'm going to change this to Oswald, which is my thing, and then hang on, if I highlight this and I type in Tiffany G Studios and whatever I want to type there. And I know this doesn't look perfect in a different world. I change things and fiddle around with it, but I'm just showing you the options that you have. Like we can left click here and change that text color and change it to whatever we like. So if we click here, change it to the text color and all these kinds of things that we can do. You can see here we have a background here. There's this lighter gray and a white. If I click outside and then come back and then click on the gray area that I want to change, we get this box here with a color. So I can click on that and I can change that to be something that's now in line with my branding. So you see how quickly we are changing something into our colors and making it ours. Now we have this area for this image, okay? So if we left click on the image, we have adjustments that have been made, and I will show you how to change those in a moment. I'm going to show you how to find other photos to put in here. So I'm going to put in use laptop and there's all kinds of fun stuff. I clicked on photos here on the left, guys, and then clicked here to start searching for ideas in the photos. Now, if you're on Pro, just make sure, if you're on a free account, just make sure it's not marked Pro, otherwise you might have to pay $1 per image. But still, $1 per image is really, really easy and definitely can be worth it. But for me, because I already pay a monthly fee, I get all these images for free. And I can just left click and drag and it'll clip into this particular image area, which is pretty cool. And then it applies all that black and white thing there if we wanted it. And you can do that with any of these. Oh, I don't like that one. Hey, let's try this one. Oh, hey, that looks a bit better. Actually, I don't think I like that one. I'm going to try this one. Okay, yeah, I think that's more me, right? Or that kind of thing. You can also upload your own images using this Uploads tab down here. And you can just click here, which will then give you access to your file area, and you can click to upload and it will bring it in here and you can use it again and again and again once it's uploaded. See, these are things that I uploaded weeks, months ago for various client stuff. And I can even grab one of my images here and move it over if I wanted to. So left click and drag, and here's one, and there's one of me. I can double click the image and I can move it so that it will snap into place because we're using a template. That's how templates in Canva save you time. I'm going to undo that though because I don't want to keep looking at my face for the whole video. It's not the right image and all that anyway. But you can see how you can have these options. I want to point out something here in this layout. We have this box here. I can left click and I can move things. Okay. And these two move together. And if we want to edit them or change where they're laid out, you can see because we're highlighted here and there's this ungroup thing, they've been grouped together. If we click ungroup, then click out of here and then come back. Now, if I left click, it'll just move one of them because they're not grouped together. And this is how you can then change things so they line up differently. And now we left click the first one and shift left click the second one. And now we can click on group again and then we can move them around. Okay, so the same as we can move the imagery, right? Now, even with the imagery here, we can left click and we can click on the adjust and change any of the options that we want to, change the saturation, bring the color back. We can put in a tint so it works with our branding colors, and you can pretty much have fun there. There's also filters, which would give you some ideas of some things you can do if you wanted to get excited, change the intensity, do some stuff, whatever works. Ooh, hey, I don't mind that. And you can see how we can then have these options. And if I put in a photo, let's just see, it'll keep all those options, but the photos are different starting points, so that's why it will look different. So you'll need to play with it again. But you can see how you can have some fun and change things and change these colors and do what you need to do. Now, you can also pull in, say you're sick of these layouts and, all right, let's just go, oh, yep. Say you wanted to add in a different type of layout from a different template, you can mix and match. And we do this by adding a new page, and then going back to templates, and then say we like this one here, okay? It's caught our eye, and we're going to left click on it, and then I just can click on this left page in order to add it here, and then click on add new page. Oops. And then we click on this one to add it there. That's the different option to using the apply both pages. Then we move out of here and we can look for some photos to fill it up, and sort of we can go female entrepreneur. Obviously yours will be totally different based on your industry. I'm just doing some stuff that I know, and we can put in some images like this. Oops. And then we can double click the image, move it across so that it fits, click done, and see how that lines up. Double click here. It won't let me move it up and down, but it'll let me go like that. You can see how you can have some fun with this. Let's move you over here or something. That's a bit weird because of where her head is, but you know, you can obviously spend a lot of time doing this kind of stuff. We can click on that, change the color again, or maybe we might go into more of like a white, and then we need to ungroup these so that I can change all of the text into, oh, that's not what I wanted. I had too many things selected. Lesson learned, people. Click that, change that to something. Maybe, there we go. Okay, none of this stuff I'm showing you is going to win prizes for graphic design. I'm just showing you some options and some fun you can have. You can also click on, say, this thing, and you can change the transparency if you wanted to, so you can see the images below and play around with how well you can see stuff and that kind of thing. I'd probably change that kind of thing. No, that's not working either. No. There we go. And left click and change. So you can see some fun that you can have. You can create your ebook. Like I said, change pages. You can delete a page. You can click on something. You can delete it up here. And okay, we can delete the image. And that shows you this grid, and you can find grids in the elements. So then that way the photos will snap into place, or we can click on this and we can delete the grid itself. And then when you have a new photo, you just bring it in here and play around with it. So, there we go. Actually, that actually works. The evaluation plan, she's looking at it and evaluating, that's what works. So you can see how you can have some fun, or at least I can. When you're done and you're ready to download, then you need to use this button here to the left. I know there's this big button, but it doesn't give us as many options. Use this left button here, left click, this download button right here. Now choose the option for standard, okay? We're not printing something that's going to go to a professional printer, so we do not need this option. Click on standard so that it's not too big, and then you can choose which pages to include or not include. And yeah, whoops, hang on, I'll delete this first one now that I showed you the duplicating. Now let's try this again. Go into standard and all pages, click download, and then we get to save it onto our computer, and then you can upload it to Google Drive or wherever you need to in order to then be able to distribute it to people and send a link through to people. Then once it's saved, you just save it however you like and click save, and then it will open up as something like this. And this one's obviously my run through, which looks slightly different to what I just created, but it gives you the idea about what you can end up with, okay? So I hope that that helps you with the graphic design side of creating an opt-in and creating something that looks awesome without having to take too much time. And if you have any questions and would like to get in touch, then definitely send me a message, DM me on Instagram at Tiffany G Studios, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. All right, until next time, Also, if you want help with the whole what goes into the actual content and that kind of thing, sign up for my 10 questions formula. It will help you. It has 10 questions to walk you through to help you get a better opt-in. And the actual content itself will be maximized for your business. All right, thank you so much. That's it from me. Bye for now.